Today in our 2014 BMW 4 Series, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the Class 1 Curt Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number C11367. This is what a hitch looks like when it's installed. As you can see, the cross tube is completely hidden behind the bumper. Gives it a nice, sleek style. It's going to be a Class 1. It's going to be 1¼ by 1¼ inch. It's going to have a 1/2 inch hitch pin hole. It has a nice ring style safety chain loops. Gives you plenty of room for different size safety chains. It's nice and well hidden back under your bumper. You don't have to worry about hitting your legs on it. It's got a reinforced collar for extra stability. It's going to give you great clearance for multiple bike racks. However, Curt does require the use of stabilization straps for all non-trailer loads. And it's going to have a 200-pound max tongue weight, which is the downward pressure on the inside of the receiver tube. It's going to have a 2,000-pound max trailer weight, which is the trailer plus the load included. Now, I do recommend checking your owner's manual to make sure your vehicle can withstand that amount of weight, and you're going to want to pick the lowest between the hitch and the vehicle. Now we will give you a couple measurements to help you when deciding on any hitch mount accessories you may need, such as a bike rack or cargo carrier. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost part of the bumper will be about 3 inches. From the ground to the top innermost part of the receiver tube will be about 11 inches. Now, it's a good idea to get a raised shank for better ground clearance. Now let's show you how to get this installed. First thing we need to do to begin our installation is we need to remove our tail lights. So we'll come inside the trunk here, take a flathead screwdriver, we'll just unscrew this plastic clip here to gain access to those 2 bolts. We're going to be using a 10mm socket. Next, what we're going to do is we're just going to pull straight back on the tail light. As you look down here in this wire, it's clipped around that plastic clip. Go ahead and pull that out. We're going to push down to release the wire. And we're going to repeat that on the other side of the vehicle. Next, we're going to remove our splash guards. We're going to be using a 10mm socket here on this bolt. We're going to use an 8mm socket for these 3 and then 2 inside the wheel well. Now here on the driver's side, you're going to have a wire. So we're just going to pop this out. We're just going to twist them to pry the clips out. And you're going to repeat that same process on the other side. You're just not going to have the wire. Next, we're going to remove these 3 bolts here that are on the back of the bumper fascia. We'll be using a 10mm socket. Next thing we're going to do is right here on the inside of the wheel well, you're going to have 2 8mm bolts. Right up here at the top of the wheel well, we'll have a 3rd 8mm bolt. We're going to repeat that on the other side. Next, we're going to take our wheel well liner. We're just going to kind of fold it back, put it behind our tire to get it out of the way. Then we're going to take a T20 Torx bit and want to remove this bolt right here. Next, we're going to remove this bolt here. We're going to be using a 10mm socket. With an extra set of hands, go ahead and remove the bumper fascia. We're just going to pull out on it. Now, you don't want to pull out too far. You're going to have sensor wires in here, so you're going to have to unplug those. We're just going to push down on this little tab here and pull out. We're going to have 4 of these across the back of the bumper. Next, we're going to remove our bumper beam. We're going to have a bolt on top and a bolt on bottom. It's going to be on both sides of the vehicle. Before removing this, you want to make sure you don't have any wires connected to it. We're going to be using an 18mm socket. And then we're going to repeat that on the other side. Go ahead and set our bumper beam aside. Next, we'll go ahead and set our hitch into place. And then reinstall our bumper beam. And then reinstall the same hardware we just took off. Next, we'll go ahead and tighten everything down. Next, we're going to torque our nuts down to specifications in the instructions. Now with an extra set of hands, we'll reinstall our bumper fascia. We need to make sure we plug our sensor wires back in. Now that we have our bumper fascia back on, we can reinstall all of our hardware in reverse order from the way we took it off. Now I'll do it for the Class 1 Curt Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number C11367 on our 2014 BMW 4 Series.
Thanks for watching. Click the link in our description below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com and leave us a comment if you have any questions.